On Tuesday night, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi appeared before a parliamentary ad hoc committee investigating whistleblower allegations. He called on Parliament's intelligence committees to instruct state security agencies to conduct counterintelligence investigations into South African newsrooms.
If a journalist is a threat, he needs to be countered. I said in correcting myself that it is not the media house, but it is individuals that are employed within that media house that have been handled by the rogue elements. So therefore, you cannot ignore that and say, we're not going to launch all our full force investigation towards journalist that is involved in the wrong, simply because he's wearing a badge of a media house.
Then, on Wednesday afternoon, Mkhwanazi doubled down, calling for journalists to be jailed and punished with heavy penalties for errors in reporting.
A journalist is not going to hide behind being a journalist and reporting without fear and favor if he's reporting things that are wrong and they damage other people's images. That they are going to not only be held accountable by that media house by losing their jobs, but they must end up in prison. There must be heavy penalty of the mistakes done by journalists.
SANEF says these comments echo the oppressive tactics of the apartheid regime and represent a serious threat to South Africa's constitutional right to a free press. The controversy stems from media reports on crime intelligence operations, particularly findings from the Inspector General of Intelligence. That report recondemns criminal charges against National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola and other senior officials for approving questionable property purchases worth 120 million rands. Mkhwanazi claimed that report was classified and insisted that any investigations into crime intelligence should be conducted in secret, even if corruption is suspected.
Listening to General Mkhwanazi and the manner in which he was going about rubbishing the media and other arms of state, the judiciary, and so on and so on, we were really very concerned about his seniority, in other words, that he as a senior person in the police, he is not putting any evidence on the table against any journalist who has done something wrong. He says that, you know, there's journalists from either the Sunday Times or City Press, and for him, he doesn't even see the importance of getting that bit factually correct.
He went further, naming journalists from Sunday Times, City Press and News 24 as targets for investigation.
The ad hoc committee, through the Joint Standing Committee of Intelligence, tasked the state security of this country to conduct a thorough counterintelligence investigation on the role of the media in this country, and specifically specific journalists that are working. Most of them, they have seen they're publishing, as I said, it's not a media house, but journalists. Some of them, they write for, I think, Sunday Times or City Press, one of those newspapers. But I know one of them, some of them write for News 24.
SANEF says these threats are intimidation tactics aimed at shielding alleged corruption and silencing legitimate journalism. The organization is calling on Police Minister Feroz Kachalia and Commissioner Masemola to publicly condemn Mkhwanazi's remarks.